Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Primetime Tuesday, number 7 playoffs edition. And we're here. Magic 8
We
Ball.
are
We're,
here.
we're in playoffs, and we have possibly the greatest matchup of all time.
It is going to be great for content. It is going to be great for the players that are playing in terms of how they're going to match up against one another. But it is not going to be great for us because we have Quest E4. I messed up without even getting to the confusing part. Not even in game yet. Quest Esports versus not Quest Esports.
Yeah, two teams that we've heard about a lot. Not the team name of not Quest Esports, of course, but Quest Esports, a household name at this point. HamsterQuest, Liari, and Switch, the current iteration of that roster. And on not Quest Esports, we have Borg, Mystic, and, well, you know, a rank 1 player in Luke.
Right. No, those are really interesting rosters. I like those iterations, right? Like Borg adds such like a spice to that mix. I like that. I'm curious to see what he's gonna do.
Oh, it's Daftgrass. Wait, no.
Wait,
Why did I
what?
say Borg?
Are
Sorry.
you leading me false information, spreading
I spread
misinformation on the internet?
misinformation on the internet because I was talking about Freelo agents and not Quest Esports in regards to like those rosters, and I got really confused. But anyway, Daftgrass. Sorry, why did I say Borg? Daftgrass, Mystic, and Luke. Daftgrass also a very long-term player, even before Borg came onto the scene. But on IME's app and that Finny ban coming out, they know that Quest Esports can play that Finny, and not Quest Esports will ban it away from Quest Esports.
That's such a fascinating band too. Daftgrass's Rasmus being hooked away, taken off stage, makes sense. That hook can be destructive and keyboard breaking inducing, as almost happened to someone I saw earlier yesterday. Very frustrating, and that makes sense why it's banned away. But Zentaro is definitely going to make up for that in the aggression department because it has been omnipresent, I feel.
Yeah, we might even see mirror comps here because right here, like a Zentaro would just be perfect with the Drakkar to create those kill scenarios. And instead, a Juliet comes out. Now, this Juliet isn't as big of a throw pick as it was by Otaku Hideout in the losers finals of NASL West. We were casting that too, right?
Yeah.
That was on Aten City. But here, it's IME's app. It's a much more reasonable pickup here. And we'll have to see what the starting awakenings are. Rapid fire and specialized training, so definitely going to be an interesting one here.
Gonna be a bit more core control on the side of not Quest Esports with those rapid fire builds, but you have to be really careful once they hit level 2 on the side of Quest Esports. They're gonna be hitting things very, very hard, and I'm excited to see where this goes. This is quarterfinals of Primetime Tuesday 7, and that's an early goal barrier from a stray shot from Mystic, and we are already getting into the chaos.
Yeah, and Mystic is just winning every single strike war here. Doesn't win the one against the log, but who can blame him? The Dubu assisted KO on the top side. Daftgrass going in for the goal. Mystic trying to pass it down, winning the strike war yet again. Lilybunn forced to use the roll, and now Luke just passing it back. The possession is just overwhelming from not Quest Esports.
Oh, almost KO'd HamsterQuest while in the Veil, but not going to be able to do so. We're going to build up that core flip and send it right through Lilybunn's log. That's going to be a first goal for Not Quest Esports, and Lilybunn is a player that I actually have not played against, seen too much of their play. Very much not familiar. What can you tell me about Lily?
So Lily was a bit of a Juno goalie one trick for a while throughout beta and in the early days of launch as well, but really just rose up to be a very, very, very solid goalie on a multitude of different picks recently, hitting Omega on Lily Sweets, her alt account, by the way. So that was a little bit funny, but right now holding it down, the barrier is gone, but Daftgrass health bar is low, and they need to get this opportunity, but what a flip by Luke, finds the gap while HamsterQuest is slowed by Mystic.
Right, slowed, staggered, and very, very scared of getting KO'd, decided to just walk a little bit too far up, and Luke taking full advantage of that. Gonna be early lead here for NotQuest Esports, and the imposters right now are currently showing that they are not really imposters in the arena. Definitely making sure that they have the presence felt, although that presence was very felt from that fiery flurry, and SwitchSSB has the core flip to go. Not gonna find it. A couple of nice swings, and Daftgrass is gonna send that Juliet into the sidelines. HamsterQuest, though, feeling a little low as well. This could be a very bad opportunity for Quest Esports. They really need to get some ground under their feet if they want to hold on to this goal barrier, and it seems like they're going to be able to for the time being. The cooldowns all come out from Lilybunn, but that's one more player getting sent off to the nether regions. Like, crazy amounts of kill power, and this is kind of the difference that you see between the Juliet and the Centauro.
Yeah, despite having that specialized training, Switch is so much more reliant on those KOs like you see right there, but Mystic looking to trade one back, has a shotgun, does not connect, and Switch is lurking, but that bounce is favorable for NotQuest Esports, so Strike War is won by HamsterQuest. They're trying to force it in, but Mystic gets it out of there, and with the core flips in hand, with the KO, received the pass up. Luke about to get flipped as well. Lilybunn getting the KO on the top side with the Summer Assault could be crucial now, as the respawn is going to come in quicker for Switch. Mystic gets it past the wall though and buys a lot of precious time. Luke has the flip as well. There's going to need to be a good passing play, but Daftgrass respawns and NotQuest Esports successfully defend.
These defensive strongholds have been very impressive from both sides, getting not only defensive positions, like very good passing plays and plays off the barrier, but very good defensive KOs, very much trading back. They've been doing so well at that. But even when they try and trade out, even if you have all of the offensive pressure and damage, they can still get scored on by a stray Oni Blade. Very good from Daftgrass, sending that one in at the last second. And that's going to be a clean sweep in the first set from NotQuest Esports.
Yeah, big options here. Could be Timeless, could be Orb Replicator here. Goes for the Timeless, and Twin Drive taken away by Lilybunn. But I gotta say, Luke's Dubu. Luke is a bit known for the Dubu. That's all I'm going to say. And there's a reason the other teams have banned it against him. But unfortunately for Quest Esports, they rolled Aimee Zap against this NotQuest Esports roster. And they know that they'll lose the Rasmus battle. So they had to ban the Rasmus, leaving Dubu wide open. And Luke's just been a complete wall so far.
Complete wall indeed. Definitely not taking any stray targets, right? Just always online, always making sure that those passes are going to be clear for the players. One KO is going to land, and the goal bearer is going to find his way just past that Dubu, and a couple of Strike Wars getting one, and that's all they need. A little bit of a turnaround, and maybe we're seeing some, a little bit of life on the side of Quest Esports. They just need to keep this momentum going.
I'm sorry, everyone. I caster cursed Luke a little bit. Those uncharacteristic lost Strike Wars immediately after I started hyping up the Dubu, the signature pick. And now HamsterQuest and Switch getting taken a little bit low. And by little bit, I mean a lot as the wall comes in as well. The health bar is dwindling. The primary connecting as well. Switch staggered, ready to be taken out by Mystic. And that lock and load is just enough. And now, once again, striker advantage for the side of NotQuest Esports. Quest Esports trying to defend in this 2v3 scenario. Mystic dodges, gets the orb, gets the flip. Daftgrass gets the flip as well, waits patiently, and Lilybunn stun puts it in such a bad position. Daftgrass managing to get so much possession, so much pressure. Even face tanks the log to get another opportunity as Luke KOs HamsterQuest on the backside. And now, yet again, another power play.
This can be such a struggle with that Oni Blade. Can end up sending it which way that you don't want to be going. Lilybunn going to be able to strike that one down, clear off the 45s, but going to go down for it in the end. Core flips come through, and that's going to be a chain connection, sending that one right to the back of the goal to complete that link. Very good heads-up plays and coordination from the members of NotQuest Esports, and I think that might be the defining factor of what the difference we've been seeing is they just look like they're playing much more together.
Yeah, and especially when those rounds stall out for a long time, when Luke defends a lot, when they get those power plays after power plays. Mystic has the quick strikes, Daftgrass has the catalyst. These flips will be online to break through the defenses of Quest. So NotQuest basically just has everything they want. If the game goes long, they're fine. If it's short, they just get the KOs.
The con men really seeming like they can turn this one in their favor, make a couple of sneaky, tricky plays, and get this one away out of the hands of the authorities that are Quest Esports. Core flip is online, not going to be able to use it just yet, but look at that, stagger bars, super low, double core flip once again, like you said, that energy completely overwhelming the members of Quest Esports, and for the time being, they're just going to have to try and send logs away back to one another. Switch still does not have enough energy for an evade, and that's going to be Lilybunn sent back into her own net, and a log from Luke skating forward, getting that goal, turning it to set point. And not Quest Esports looking well in control of this.
The imposter's a little too powerful this round. It looks like they're just about to kill the rest of the crewmates. And Daftgrass walking up, Luke walking up, but a barrier given up by Luke. And now HamsterQuest trying to navigate the timeless Tofu Fortress, using the shotgun shots to push up. Switch with the pass, but cannot get through the wall of Luke. Gets to strike just in time. The flips are here, but Daftgrass here to defend as well. What an angle by Switch! Finds the perfect angle through it all. Luke just had walked up at that moment to cover topside, but Switch with the awareness.
Luke doing his best Yeesh impression. Definitely going a little bit too far forward, definitely going beyond that line. Gonna end up with that goal, turning this to a 0.5 set. Not what you want to be seeing, but I don't think that not Quest Esports double negative in a sentence gonna be a little bit confusing for the members at home. I'm sorry. It's just the reality of the situation. That's gonna be a very nice KO onto SwitchSSB. A couple of passing plays, but Lilybunn's keeping up with it very well. Finally, the energy burst comes through, keeping them alive and in this for the time being. That's a Zentaro going. That's a Drakkar going down. Excuse me. Oh, almost slipping past, but not going to quite find it just yet. Finally, the only blade comes through, but it actually gives Lilybunn just enough time to keep that one through. Daftgrass has the core flip, but is also very close to dying. Finally sends it through, definitely putting himself in harm's way, but knowing exactly the win condition, and is able to score that one. That's 2-0 for NotQuest Esports.
The difference in the energy economy is just overwhelming here. Can pick up the big fish, tempo swing, perfect form. So many options for Daftgrass here, and is completely fine with leaving whatever up for Lilybunn. Opts for the perfect form, and now the Drakkar is here. Picks up the missile prop. It is just best in slot after best in slot coming in. The big fish could be a consolation prize, but right here, maybe even a tempo swing deny. There it is, just as predicted.
Wow.
They're high and low players. They know. Like, the game's been out for long enough at this point, and really just so many good options for NotQuest Esports.
I actually really do like the Egoist pick, though, right? So that way Switch can actually start evading more and at least getting some energy back from it to maybe keep those evades up, keep himself alive, though. I guess it didn't really work out that time.
I think the real question is, will he have enough energy to evade even once? Because the KO pressure is a little bit overwhelming.
It's insane. It's insane off of the rip, right? Like, right off of face-off, it's overwhelming right from then. 50-50, Lilybunn decides to move down with that somersault, but not going to be able to find the core. That's 1-0 already. And I think the other interesting thing that we haven't talked about much is that SwitchSSB is on that prize fighter, which has not been getting any mileage. They've been just super keeping it down on the side of NotQuest Esports and identifying that as a condition to make sure that these sets go in their favor.
Mystic's just hunting Switch down. Did you see that aggressive Xeno flip forward? Daftgrass has everything, including flip. Could just kill combo right here. Looks to not even need it, but Lily with the great save. However, takes so much damage while saving. No HP left, taken out, and this is just this patch in a nutshell. If you win enough, if you get enough best in slots, you're just left with one member on the opposite team left to defend. Hamster winning the strike wars, but eventually the burst will come through. One more goal for NotQuest Esports could seal it.
I thought, looking at everything, I was very, very, like, optimistic about this set going the distance, having a lot more back and forth, but it has just been completely in the favor of NotQuest Esports, and maybe there's just a little bit of stigma associated with it, but finally it looks like they've got something going. Switch, though, we're in the red again. And the red zone is not a good thing to be in this sport. Gonna end up going all the way to the goalie box and getting scored. It's not where you want to be. Fortunately, though, gold barrier is down. So is theirs. This is going to be a really bad opportunity in Saya. I don't think it's going to go in the favor of Quest Esports.
Oh, great defense from Lilybunn, but yeah, it's so hard to play as Juliet when you're behind against the Zentaro, right? Because the Zentaro has so much range, the Drakkar can score just like that, and that will be it for Quest Esports. Defeated Imposters take the victory this time. Luke flashing the Beta Diamond emote, kind of flexing, current rank 1, by the way, and not Quest Esports will move on in this bracket.
Just clean. That was a little bit disgusting, if I have to say so. Like I made food. I don't know if it's gonna come up again. Like that was absolutely amazing to watch in the most like visceral way, right? Like just every time Drakkar shotguns, Oni blade, getting the passive out from Zentaro. Every single time you turn around, and then just having the core flips and everything on top of that to make sure they are always in a good position. I really also think that the power of the energy awakenings really got shown there, and it's something that was kind of seen in things like Nassel, but really they are doing so much work this time in this patch.
Yeah, the Catalyst was already strong, but Quick Strikes doubled the
Yeah.
energy gain when it was already strong, by the way. In Hilo, like, Quick Strikes, when a serial dribbler like Vaughn gets a hold of it, you're just seeing the core in their possession for like 80% of each round. So, yeah, definitely something that is really up in power. And also a big note in terms of, I guess, pre-game strategy. It's so unfortunate that the map was Imi's app. Quest
Hmm.
Esports forced to ban that. Rasmus could not ban the Dubu, and they just couldn't mount enough of an offense before not Quest Esports scaled.
If you had to give them a map to go on, right? If they could choose the map, what do you think they would have chosen and why?
If they had to choose a map, so it's a little bit difficult, right? Because
Mm.
the maps that they want aren't A10 because Switch is best on the Julie. But A10 would be the best map against Luke because Dubu is weaker on that map. So it's a bit,
Mm.
I feel like every map right now in the current map pool that exists in the game is a bit of like there's no like optimal map for this roster of Quest Esports in this matchup, I think. It's kind of unfortunate, but Imi's app definitely probably the worst case scenario.
Right. Like there are some like decent options, right? But that was probably the worst thing that could have came their way. So unfortunate from them. Unfortunately, gonna be sent home in the 5th place, and not Quest Esports is gonna be fighting in semifinals for that sweet, sweet prize. I believe we are going to go to a break really quickly.
Oh, but before that happens, though, shout out to Quest Esports still for making it this far. They were seeded 11th, by the way. Sleepy Strikers as well that are currently facing off against Oshino Core Flip. That's not a stream game, but still, like 11th and 17th seeds making it into top 8 is kind of huge. They had some big wins on the way here, so don't let this stream game fool you because these teams really showed up.
Right, and this is the kind of the benefit of a Swiss format is even if you don't exactly your seeding sometimes matters, but as long as you just keep playing and you keep showing up and are able to like battle your way forward, you're gonna be able to go catch those upsets, right? Just because of the way that the pairings are gonna work. Sometimes good players aren't gonna be playing the best on that day, but the seeding might help them in like a bracket or traditional bracket. Whereas Swiss, they're going to start getting the heat, right? As soon as they get matched up against those players that are kind of on their level, they might lose one, and all of a sudden, one good dark horse can come in and upset them. That's very cool to see, in my opinion.
Yep, but I've been Saya. I run some other tournament streams over at Bestie in Slot and also come on to cast a lot of tournaments too. Just generally around the Mega Strikers community. Probably the most washed player in the Pro League rank. But yeah, that's about it for me. What about you, Magic 8 Ball?
You can find me on Twitter at magic_octo. I think I'm going to still be chilling here for a little bit for the next set, but I believe you are going to be dipping. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's enough for me, it appears, as I will disappear.
Fair, fair enough. We're gonna be right back here on Vodible's Primetime Tuesdays number 7 for the semifinal match. Don't go anywhere.